Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Forever Flame Racing Reviews, and today we have some news to cover. Yes, back-to-back days when news has dropped in the NTT IndyCar Series world, and I've been very disappointed by the lack of coverage this news has gotten because ultimately it's an Indy 500 seat. There's only so many of these out there in the world. At max there's 36, 37 of these, and one has been announced today, and it's the number 24 Dry Reinbolt car, and driving that number 24 Dry Reinbolt car with the Chevrolet powered is the one and only Jack Harvey. Jack Harvey has driven for teams like Meyer Shank and Ray Hall Edmund Lanigan Racing full-time in IndyCar. Last year he stepped, and Dale Coyne, I forgot 2024, he was with Dale Coyne. Last year in 2025, he competed in the 2025 Indy 500 with Dry Reinbolt. Ultimately ran a very, very good race, qualified well, but Jack Harvey made a small mistake and his team was on the wrong strategy, which I believe he finished 2 or 3 laps down, but that did not really show the true pace he had, and today it was confirmed that Jack Harvey and Dry Reinbolt will be running it back in the number 24 Chevrolet powered. I would assume the sponsors, the Invest thing that he had last year and the year before, but who knows? I don't think they've announced a sponsor yet. So, the video could be over right here, but we're going to now start something new on this channel, an unofficial video title name called Speculation Zone. And I don't know if you remember, but in the Rennie's VK hat, I put on this bucket hat on Speculation Zone. Anytime we're in Speculation Zone, I'm going to wear the bucket hat. So since we're in Speculation Zone, the rest of this video, we're just going to speculate on what this means. Because as you saw by the thumbnail, I think this is more important than what people are giving this credit for. Because as we know, that number 30 car at Ray Hall and Lanigan Racing, that charter is up for sale, and we know how bad Dry Reinbolt wants to go full-time, specifically Dennis Dry Reinbolt wanting to go full-time. So, with that being said, what can we infer from Jack Harvey getting announced? Well, we do know that he's only confirmed on the 2026 Indy 500Gs. I'm sorry, but I'm one of those people that, for some reason has never accepted that's 2025. I don't know why, so probably a lot of my videos I say the wrong year, but it's for 2026. So what can we take from this? Well, Jack Harvey's in the he's in the 24 car for the 2026 Indianapolis 500, which is an interesting move because with the way the silly season looks right now, I think it's fair to say Connor Daly will not be full-time unless he can somehow get the AJ Foyt seat. So with Jack Harvey taking this seat and Connor Daly not, as we know, last year, Dry Reinbolt asked Connor Daly if he'd be running full-time, and he said he did not know, and they said, well, do you want to race for us? He turned down that seat to try and get a full-time ride. He successfully did that. So has that same situation played out? And I know Dry Reinbolt runs 2 cars. They run the 23 and the 24, and they've confirmed the Dry in the 24 car. Last year in the 23 car was Ryan Hunter-Reay, and he almost won the race. If it wasn't for that radio mishap, they probably would have won the race. And as I said earlier, that Ray Hall charter, we're going to come back to that. So that was driven by Ryan Hunter-Reay. With that Ray Hall charter up for sale, Dry Reinbolt and Prema are probably the only. I mean, there's a lot of teams shopping around, but Dry Reinbolt and Prema would make the most sense to me for a team that would be capable and willing of buying it. So if Dry Reinbolt bought that car, I always thought Connor Daly made a lot of sense to at least do the ovals. Maybe Dry Reinbolt isn't ready to do a full season, but maybe they're ready to do the ovals only. That's a possibility. Or they have Connor Daly do the ovals, and they have, let's say, I don't know, who could be a road and street course driver only? Linus Lundqvist? I mean, that's a name that might not get a full-time ride. Linus on the road and street circuits and Daly on the ovals? That wouldn't be the craziest idea. And what's interesting to me is if you're going to have one driver only run the Indianapolis 500, wouldn't it be Ryan Hunter-Reay and not Jack Harvey? Because to me, it seems like it's just so weird that they've announced a driver this early because if Connor Daly is available, do you go Daly over Hunter-Reay? I don't know. That's a really tough decision. I can tell you I'd rather have a Daly Hunter-Reay lineup than a Daly Harvey or a Hunter-Reay Harvey. I mean, no offense to Jack Harvey, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me why he's been brought back, honestly. Because unless Ryan Hunter-Reay is not returning to the team next year, like say he's running with Andretti or he's running with McLaren or he's running with Rahal, I just don't see why he's come back, you know? And another thing I've mentioned is Connor Daly has sponsors. He has a budget. He's like probably 3 million short is the number we're hearing. So he can probably run about 11 of the 17 races right now, 12, 11, a number like that. Who's to say that Connor Daly doesn't sign a contract with Dry Ryan Bolt for the number 23 car, and he runs all the ovals? I think it makes a lot of sense for Connor Daly to run all the ovals with Dry Ryan Bolt. But then what happens to Ryan Hunter-Reay? This means either Ryan Hunter-Reay has signed with a different team, or he's looking for a different team, or he's not going to be at the Indy 500 at all. But I have a hard time believing that he's not going to race the 500 this year, considering how competitive he was last year. It makes no sense to me why he wouldn't run the 500 this year. So it makes me think Connor Daly is not going to be in Dry Ryan Bolt, which is crazy. Or it means Ryan Hunter-Reay signed with a different team. I was stunned when they announced Jack Harvey this early. I didn't think we'd know he'd be driving for Dry Ryan Bolt until November. And in fact, I said that yesterday to my dad. I just didn't say that on camera. Thank God. So Jack Harvey was confirmed today in the number 24 for the Indy 500. And it does make the silly season interesting. I mean, as you've seen, what if they buy that charter? Then does Daly go full time? Do they do a Daly oval in a Linus road course? Keep in mind, all this is speculation. I know nothing about this except that the Ray Hall charter is up for sale and Dry Ryan Bolt could be a buyer. That's the only thing here that is not speculation. Everything else is speculation. So Jack Harvey's signing at Dry Ryan Bolt might have more silly season implication than you think or that you gave it credit for just because of those facts. So I would stay tuned. I will be very interested to see what they do with their second seat. If they buy a charter, if they just announce Ryan as the Indy 500 driver, if they announce Connor as just the Indy 500 driver, or if Connor Daly has enough budget to do the ovals only, I could also see that. What's the possibilities theoretically with the 23 seat? I think there's 4. They get a charter for the full season, and they hire a driver to do it with like Connor Daly. Or Connor Daly does the ovals and Linus does the road and street circuits. Or if Connor Daly has a big enough budget to do all the ovals, Connor Daly is the Indy 500 driver and they only do that. Or Ryan Hunter-Reay is the Indy 500 driver only. That was 5. I said 4 earlier. My bad, there's 5. I think those are the 5 scenarios for the 23 car. I don't see a different scenario. Maybe I'm playing wrong, but those are the only scenarios I see. And I think I'm correct when I see this has more silly season implication. Am I shocked Jack Harvey got this seat? No. Am I surprised? Yes, a little bit. I kind of thought with the way the silly season was going, it was going to be Ryan Hunter-Reay in the 23 for a one-off. I thought Connor Daly was going to be in the 24, and I thought Connor Daly was going to do the ovals only. Now, I think Connor Daly could still do that just in the 23, but I thought he'd do it in the 24. So obviously things have changed a little bit in the silly season. It's not huge. Obviously, Jack Harvey's capable enough to be in the Indy 500, or else they would not have signed him. His best moment at the Indy 500 is probably bumping Graham Rahal in 2023. So I'll be interested to see what he can bring. I think a top 15 to 20 finish isn't crazy. Maybe top 10, but we'll have to see. Could this be Jack Harvey's last IndyCar race? Absolutely. He's going to have to bring it. Will we ever see Jack Harvey full-time in IndyCar again? Probably not. Jack Harvey's got to really be counting his IndyCar chances, because this could be it. But he does a great job as the Fox commentator, and I'm sure he makes a good living. So, yeah, he's probably making more than IndyCar drivers, so some of them at least. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, and I cover literally any IndyCar off-season news. So stay tuned, get subscribed. This is the place to be for IndyCar off-season news. Only one other guy covers it how I do, and that's David Land. So check out our 2 channels. We do a great job. With that being said, see ya.